Hey guys, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. How you all? Fine, huh? Okay, so I was just trying to cheat Yasin. He was waiting for me that I would stop and I would talk, and I went on and he was surprised. Sir, I need to make video. Alright guys, we're going to start talking about Ielts, and in this video I'm just going to tell you the importance of note taking, importance of underlining the words and all that in Ielts listening. And in IELTS reading, obviously. Remember, in IELTS listening, sometimes when you have to select the synonyms and the audio is going on, it's difficult to find the exact synonym because in the audio they paraphrase that. So you can write some notes down very, very quickly. So these quick notes actually help you with your IELTS listening. Now, sometimes if it is multiple choice questions and they talk about something and you don't read the options carefully, you can just write a short note about that. Sometimes this short note can help you, especially when it is sentence completion. So you can write a quick note from the listening, and that quick note might help you in case if you miss your answer, you can just select something from there. One thing. Second, as far as writing is concerned, I would say you should, you're always holding a pencil in your hand when you're doing IELTS reading, sorry. I said writing before, IELTS reading. So in reading, what you guys need to do, you have to first, when you read the questions, you must underline the important thing. And if you understand the category of the question, at the end of the question, you can write a very short note very, very quickly that, okay, for this answer, I need to go through this part of the passage. You can even categorize that. That is important. So it's not bad if you make a short note, especially with sentence completion in reading. True, false, not given in reading, multiple choice in reading, you can write a short note about it and that will help you, and same you can do in IELTS listening. Now, let's talk about notes taking, and I'm going to tell you two more skills, two more modules where you can use your note taking skill. The first one is writing. It's a good idea to write down some notes on question paper, but if you are rather instructed by the invigilator that you are not allowed to write any notes on the question paper, whatever you want to write, write it on the answer sheet, then you should listen to them and abide by their rules and regulations for IELTS test. But otherwise, it's a good idea to write the outline of your essay on the question paper. Why? Because when you are thinking, you are having several ideas, you can jot those several ideas down, and then gradually as you proceed, you can then decide that this idea I have to keep and this idea I have to discard. For example, you came up with 10 ideas. Out of 10 ideas, you discarded 5 to 6 ideas. Now you are left with 3 to 4 ideas. So you can base your essay on those 3 to 4 ideas. Notes taking is important there as well. For letter writing, when you read the topic, if you just want to write down that, okay, what this thing is about letter writing, what sort of story I'm going to create, what sort of thing I'm going to talk about, so you can do some note taking or some notes you can write on the question paper. Again, if examiners have, if invigilators have no problem with that, only then you should do that. So this is about IELTS writing, and same you can do with your report writing. On report writing, you need to encircle, underline important data, important things, and then you can write some notes there that first I will talk about this trend, second I will talk about this trend, third I will talk about this trend, and this is how I'm going to complete it. Now, in one more module, you can use your notes taking skills, and that is speaking. Yes guys, speaking. Speaking part 1, no. Speaking part 3, no. In speaking part 2, where we've got the cue card, which is called the long turn, or you got to speak on a topic for 1 to 2 minutes. We also call it mini presentation. There, your quick notes taking skills are equally important. What happens? The examiners, they give you the cue card, they give you a paper and pencil, and obviously they don't check those notes. They are only for you. I mean, they're just like the guideline when you talk, when you speak. So they are there to help you. So in speaking, note-taking skill is very, very important. As you read the topic, describe a dash you like the most. You should jot down a quick note about the thing which you like the most, whatever it is. Describe a singer you like the most, describe a book, describe your favorite food, whatever it is. You got to jot down a quick note about that, the first thing. And then there are subpoints. Main topic, describe, blah, blah, blah. Then there are subpoints, and usually there are 3 to 4 subpoints. Now, for each subpoint, you need to jot down at least 1 to 2 notes and use all that paper. I mean, don't write narrow. You got to write wide. For example, part 1, on top you've written, this is part 1. Describe a dash. This is point number 1. Then give a lot of space. This is point number 2. Then give lot of space. And this is my point number 3. And when you jot down the points, you must write actually the ideas, or you must write the outline which will help you speak. Remember, do not write sentences. If you write sentences, you cannot write more than a couple of sentences. You need to write some sort of outline in phrases. Okay, outline you got to write, and then you got to write that outline in phrases. So that an outline should be like that. It should be written in such a way that you just take a look, because in actual test, in speaking cue card, it doesn't sound good that you go down and read and why do you like it and then you talk. No, you should just take a look. So write your outline in such a way that here is the paper, you just take a look at the outline and then you talk. Again, you take a look at the outline. Okay, this is my next outline, and then you talk again. So you need to write the outline, and again I tell you, never write sentences, just write phrases, and write the phrases in outline. Otherwise, for outline, I can use the word headings. Write down 3 headings, and then on each heading, you have to speak for around 20-25 seconds. Or in other ways, you can say for each heading, you got to make around 7 to 8 sentences or 8 to 10 sentences. And by the end, you will have spoken for more than 1 minute. So this is how notes taking skills can actually help you with your actual IELTS test. Now, you must write notes in speaking. Okay, and remember one more thing. This is very, very important. Sometimes some candidates, they only read the main topic in cue card. Describe a book you like the most. They don't even bother to read next. They say, okay, I know. I can talk about my favorite book for hours, no problem. And then they speak on the book and they make it generic talk. They make it a general talk that, okay, the book I like the most is this. If, for example, there is a point, who gave you that book? And you don't cover that point in your talk. I mean, who gave you that book? You don't cover that point. Definitely you may be penalized. Although somewhere I read that you have to cover the main topic, but still it's a good idea to cover all the points which are given in the cue card. So it's important for you as well. Okay, don't just, I mean, and it's another thing. I mean, examiner has given you 1 minute to read the topic, and then you got to speak, and before 1 minute, you ask the examiner, okay, please, you can start now, I'm ready. No, take your 1 minute. Let the examiner invite you to talk. Don't just invite yourself that, okay, I don't need pen and paper. I don't need to think about the topic. I'm so genius. I'm super genius. So I can speak on the topic without even thinking. So here you go, your pen and paper. I don't need it. Here is your paper. I can talk about it without that. Don't do that. This might irritate the examiner. And if examiner gets irritated, you know what will happen with you. Okay. So it's very, very important. You have to follow through all these tips and techniques which I shared with you. Notes taking skill is very, very crucial for IELTS in listening, in reading, in writing, and in speaking. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe my channel. I teach IELTS online. If you want to join my online IELTS classes, my WhatsApp number is given. You can contact me for that. Thank you very much, guys. Asad Yaqub wishes you all the best. Take good care of yourselves. I'm just going to do this track, and this is the way where I'm going to walk. Take good care of yourselves. Allah Hafiz.